Welcome to the latest and definitely the greatest. Here's to you.
Hi, my ghoul friends, and welcome to the channel of Haunted History. I am your spooky host, Manda. With this saying, you can take the girl out of the paranormal, but not the paranormal out of the girl. And I bring haunted hotspots right to your location. This place, well, is no secret to being haunted. Welcome to Graceland Cemetery, right from my hometown, Chicago. Graceland was established in 1860 by Thomas Bryan. He was a lawyer and he purchased the original 80 acres and received a perpetual character from Illinois in 1861 and soon hired H.W.S. Cleveland to plan his park-like appearance. Now, with Mr. Bryan as president of the cemetery company, many prominent Chicagoans joined the board of managers, including Chicago's first mayor and real estate entrepreneur, William Ogden. Many other wealthy Chicagoans followed suit. They purchased large family lots and landscape rooms. And I looked up the meaning of landscape rooms, and it's where they have a gardener take care of your resting place. So now that we know that, Graceland expanded eastward and northwest to encompass its present size of 119 acres. So when Graceland grew, Simon's innovative design used native plants to create the cemetery's landscape, which today makes it one of the most beautiful places in Chicago and for tourists to visit like me. Now, I have been here and I can vouch it is the most beautiful cemetery I have ever seen in Chicago. And today, Graceland is owned and operated by the trustees of Graceland Cemetery Improvement Funds, a nonprofit trust. And Graceland holds so many fascinating stories. There's private eyes, public figures, baseball and boxing greets, merchants, inventors, as well as my specialty, ghosts. I choose my three favorite. And an eerie statue lingers in Graceland, and it's over the burial of Dexter Graves. See, the Graves family was one of Chicago's earliest settlers, arriving from Ohio in 1831. An inscription on the back of the slab reads, "Brought the first colony to Chicago, consisting of 13 families arriving here July 15, 1831, from Ashtabula, Ohio, on the schooner, the Telegraph." But this wasn't Mr. Graves' first resting place. He was first buried at the old cemetery, which is the present site of Lincoln Park. Dexter Graves passed away in 1844 at the age of 55, and the statue that's over his resting place is the most menacing. The statue is bronze with a black granite backdrop created by American sculptor Laredo Taft. You see, when you see the statue, you'll never forget it, and I know I haven't. And the statue goes by two names depending on who you ask, but the most proper and formal name is Eternal Silence, and that's the most common name. The other name that people have nicknamed it is called the Statue of Death, and I'm also very familiar with that name. And I think the reason why this is due to the story that if you look into the eyes of the hooded figure, meaning the statue, you will see a vision of your own death. I have seen the statue, but at the time I was too scared to look to see if this was true. But if I were to go back now, I look for my curiosity and my own truth. Now to the next resting place is Ludwig Wolff. Wolff immigrated with his family from Germany to Chicago in 1854 when he was 18. Shortly after his arrival, he started a small plumbing business that specialized in making copper brass devices for candy and alcohol manufacturers. By 1876, Wolff had a large plumbing supply factory, so he built a large, newer Chicago plant on Carroll and Fulton Street 7. As indoor plumbing was becoming more common by the 19th century, Wolf began a wide array of plumbing items for homes, businesses, schools, and hospitals. So Wolf's operation, though, began to shrink during the Great Depression, and the company stopped operating altogether after World War II. Just a little backstory on Wolf. Now, his burial spot is something else, and personally my favorite at Graceland. You see, during Mr. Wolf's lifetime, it was rumored he was feared of being buried alive. He never was, but it was a very common fear, and for some, I think it still is. Mr. Wolf passed away April 14th, 1911, at the age of 75, and his burial has steps that lead down to his resting place. The doors are now barred because of his fear, but there's bells and whistles that accommodate his tomb. And Wolf's tomb is one of the creepiest and my favorites. People have reported seeing the ghost of Ludwig Wolf and some sort of wolfhound pacing the front of his resting place, especially nights on a full moon. I know my skeptics are going to say that's so cliche, but honestly, I mean, anything is possible. There have been reports of coyotes, wolves, deer, all throughout the cemetery. I personally haven't seen any, except the deer, of course, but they're very skittish, so once you get they get close to people, they kind of scamper away. But there are wild animals because it is, like I said, a beautiful park-like cemetery, and there's lakes and trees and flowers, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I hope you guys get a chance to go. It's so pretty. And I actually personally went down the steps to his grave and saw the metal doors, and there are marks on the doors of something that looks like it's trying to get in or out. But for my skeptics, you guys can come up with your own theory to the claw marks, because I know anything is possible, so I understand. Now for my last story, The Girl in Glass, Agnes Clark. One of the most well-known and mysterious grave markers at Graceland. 6-year-old Agnes was out on a picnic with her family when she was struck by lightning during a summer thunderstorm and was killed by the lightning. And these storms, I'm going to tell you right now, are very common here in Illinois. We actually had a couple roll through just a few hours ago, and the thunder's loud, it gets really dark, the lightning's bright, and then within like maybe 20-30 minutes, they're gone. So these are some really odd scattered thunderstorms. So anything is possible. The other versions to this story is that she was accidentally locked out of her house or intentionally locked out as punishment and was struck and killed by lightning. But either story you choose to believe, she did die from a lightning strike. There's a few more other stories involving her, but my video is really long already. And Agnes did pass away in 1880. And her statue is memorialized in a glass box. And her ghost stories are numerous. It's been reported during thunderstorms the statue disappeared because she's afraid of lightning. And honestly, who could blame her? We do get really bad storms here in Illinois, as I was saying. And her statue has been seen crying, and many children have seen her ghost, and her presence is always felt near her burial and around close by. Her grave is personally really creepy. You can definitely sense something, because I always get chills when I go up there. Like, my little hairs on my arms will stand straight up, and I get cold, and I don't know if it's because I'm a sensitive or what, but I'm prone to things like that. Toys and coins that surround her grave have been seen moving as if being played with. But like I said, your eyes can play tricks on you, so you need to go see for yourself. And let me know if you do go and share your stories with me. I love to hear them. But I must vanish. And I want to thank everyone for listening and watching these haunted tales. It means so much to me. I love you all so much, including Pat Lou, who edits these videos. Like, share, subscribe, and see you on the next haunted tour. Have a beautiful night with frights. Bye.